Welcome to Hicgi News Agency.
Hicgi News Agency Live. Welcome agency, Hicgi News Agency.
This is Hicgi News Agency.
This is Hicgi News Agency.
News Agency Live.
We are live. Hicgi News Agency. This is Hicgi News Agency. Uganda's Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robina Nabaja, has just opened the Uganda UAE for Business Summit happening at the Commonwealth Speak Resort in Nyonyom on the shores of Lake Victoria. This is a very important summit, foreign one, which took place last year in Arab Emirates. The fourth UAE Business Forum, which began yesterday on Monday, is running until October 29. The event is bringing together over 500 policy makers and entrepreneurs from both countries to explore trade and investment opportunities. Over the past few years, UAE has emerged as a powerhouse investor in Africa, committing 110 billion across the continent, with East Africa as a priority to investments in resources, food security, and infrastructure. Uganda's ambassador to UAE, Mr. Zake Chibedi, said foreign direct investment, which is from UAE to Uganda, has surged from $300 million in 2018 to 3.5 billion in 2024. Bilateral trade between the two countries reached $2.8 billion as of September 2024, making the UAE Uganda's leading export destination. Mr. Chibedi said also that 6 daily commercial flights connect Entebbe to UAE, which has enhanced connectivity and accelerated business linkages. The Prime Minister, in her remarks minutes ago, has said that Uganda is emerging as a stronger economic bloc within Africa, especially that the Ugandan shillings is one, if not the most stable currency in Africa. She has also attributed Uganda's peace and security as one of the best a place for people to stay. She recalled that when he was in Sharjah, she experienced hot climate conditions when she moved out of the car. She thought she was moving, she was getting in an oven. Indeed, I experienced the same. I said the climate conditions in Uganda is so favorable. She has also said that Ugandans are the most hospitable people, welcoming everybody, smiling to everyone. So this is one of the key places, and of course tourism as a potential factor, whereby Uganda has natural resources as game parks, as the source of the Nile, its delicious food, rich culture, and great places to remember or to visit. So this 3-day forum is in spotlight opportunities in agriculture, agro-industrialization, tourism, energy, minerals, real estate, and innovation. Uganda, with a projected 6.5% GDP growth in the fiscal year 2025-2026, driven by oil, gas, minerals, and agriculture, stands out as an ideal investment partner. Barter trade, which has, of course, reached $2.8 billion, while the FDI in Uganda rose 10-fold since 2018, primarily targeting renewables, oil, and gas, as well as agro industry. UAE investors are expected, of course, to build Uganda's new oil refinery. This momentum positions Uganda to capture even more UAE capital, particularly in agriculture, energy, minerals, and logistics. UAE sovereign wealth funds such as the ADIA and Badala, alongside family offices, have collectively driven 64.3 billion dollar in GCC African FDI from 2012 to 2025. Earlier this year, Uganda signed five additional investment deals in aviation, logistics, and digital systems. UAE's diversification agenda aligns well with Uganda's economic strength, a vast arable land supporting business and the untapped mineral and oil reserves. And Uganda's strategic location as a gateway to East Africa and Central Africa. Agribusiness will take center stage in this forum too tomorrow when it closes. But Uganda's 80% arable land directly supports UAE's food security goals. And given that the UAE imports 80% of its food, joint ventures in coffee, beef, maize, and horticulture processing for export to Dubai are expected. UAE also farms such as Al Dahra are already targeting African business through continent-wide investment exceeding $120 billion. Energy, particularly renewables and oil and gas, is another hot sector. Uganda showcases 1,500 megawatts hydropower potential and the 4.5 billion East African crude oil pipeline as it seeks to contract a UAE participation in the clean energy, a sector where Masdar, UAE's global renewable leaders, has invested 72 billion dollar in Africa. UAE game investment traditionally took a long game approach, emphasizing mining, logistics, and infrastructure areas, while Uganda's growth is outpacing its regional peers. The forum brings a focus on affordable housing, cargo hubs, and logistics infrastructure, leveraging Uganda's access to 600 million consumers and the East Africa Commercial Region and its attractive incentives such as tax holiday and 10 to 15% annual returns in the key sectors. Uganda's total imports reached 13.83 billion in 2024 and up to 9.75 billion in 2022, driven by a growing demand for energy, food, and industrial inputs. Agriculture and food inputs alone accounted for $604.8 million. Even though Uganda has abundant arable land, the country still imports over 60% of its edible oils and key grains, a gap for import substitution. UAE
For more than 10 years, Kevin International Group has been your number one partner in tours and travel consultancy. We also do real estate, legal services, ICT services, and much more. Find us on kebinternationalgroup.com or write to us at info@kebinternationalgroup.com. You may also write to us at PO Box 35827 Kampala, Uganda, or visit us on Namaswahi off Entebbe Highway. Call us on +256 200937566 or +256 3948632 or 46, or you can send us a plus on WhatsApp on +256 752 1375 66. Cab International Group, your number one rail business partner.
Are well positioned to fill this gap, and given the more than 110 billion commitment to African business and expertise in food and processing. Recent UAE Uganda agreements, including 1.4 billion agro investment in maize and soya beans, underlying a strong potential. New ventures in edible oil production, grain processing, and food manufacturing could save Uganda $500 million annually and create more than 50,000 jobs and boost non-oil exports by 15% by 2027. Uganda's National Development Plan for prioritizes agro-industrialization and targets at least 2 billion in FDI for the sector. Uganda stopped 11 annual imports with aggregated value estimates from petroleum fuels and gasoline now is at 3 billion. So this is going to bring you more statistics, evidence of what UAE relations with Uganda are. HICGI News Agency continues to bring you these developments from the Commonwealth Speak Resort. Munyonyo, my name is Kivumbi. Earnest, Benjamin on the camera is Faith Barbara Hinda.